Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Clay. Wanted to come on here and make a quick video. I've been asked to explain some. I get asked about lithium and batteries and alternators and wiring and all this stuff all the time. Mainly about batteries, lithium batteries for car audio. So I wanted to make a quick video, kind of explaining my knowledge on it, and what has worked for me and what I know has worked for other people, including, big builds that, do very well. So driving to the gym right now. I'm going to finish this video after I go to the gym. I'm going to show you guys my setup that I have in the Tahoe, because before I sell it, I might as well show you guys, and maybe it'll help, some people explain some stuff. But to start, while I'm on the way there, I wanted to mention, talk about battery types, lithium battery types. There's a ton of different lithium cells and chemistries that you can use in car audio. And then there's just regular AGM batteries. So, it's really all depends on what you want to do and what you want to spend. The reason why a lot of people switch from regular batteries, like an AGM battery that you put under your hood, to a lithium battery and a lithium bank, is because for the price point, you can get a lot more power out of it. Starting with AGMs, for example, everybody knows most people know what an excess power AGM is. It's an AGM battery that is kind of, popularized for car audio. So you can run them under the hood. Some of them, you can run them as a secondary battery in the back of the truck, or back of whatever your system is. So I have firsthand experience with these batteries because I ran one on my very first ever setup. I believe I have a video on it. If you go way back on my channel, on my Tahoe, before it was walled, it was just a no wall, I had a stock battery up under the hood, an AGM, and then I bought an excess power D3400, and I had it in the back. You link those two together. You do runs from your battery under the hood, you link it with the battery in the back, and then you go from the battery in the back to your amps. Bam, right? So an AGM battery is a good, $300. A good one, an excess power, a good one's $400. So there's a lot of different kinds of them. There's Optima yellow tops. A lot of people use yellow tops. The reason why a lot of people are switching is because for the price, you can get a lot more power out of a lithium battery. The most popular lithium batteries at the moment that I hear talked about on Facebook or whatever it may be are Cmax, which are little green cells that come out of a Ford Cmax. That's why they're called that. They're out of a Ford Cmax. There is Yinlong, which is these blue cells. Yinlong, LTO is another one. I believe LTO and Yinlong might even be the same thing, but I think there's different types of LTO. But Yinlong are the blue cells that are like cylinders. And then a new popular one is SPIM and SCIB. SCIB is very popular now also. They all do different things. I mean, they all do the same thing. Some do it better, some are more expensive, some are, whatever the case may be. I personally, the only ever type of lithium that I've ran has been Cmax. Funny enough, Cmax is the #1 lithium that gets trashed all over social media and Facebook by people that probably have never ran it. And also people that probably don't know what they're talking about. I'm sure there are some people that know what they're talking about, but prefer other cells. That's totally fine. However, Cmax has been the only battery that I've ever ran, and it's been fantastic. I've had a 45 amp hour Cmax, which is good for about 8 to 10K. I have then upgraded it to a 90, which is double. Then I went to 290s, and now I have 390s. So, it's really, ignore the Suburban, I'm driving to the gym, it's all stripped apart. It's a great battery. People are gonna talk trash because people see them blow up all the time. Newsflash, any battery that you hook up wrong there's gonna be problems. Some of them are safer in terms of if you touch the negative and the positive, there won't be an explosion or something. I don't know. I would, if you touch a negative and a positive on any battery, there's going to be problems. But yes, it is true that Cmax will have more of a reaction. It's more volatile, it's more powerful. Part of one of the reasons why in terms of performance, it's the best cell that there is out there. And if Cmax was so bad, a lot of these big builds, these big demo builds that are famous on social media and Facebook wouldn't be running them. Just to name a couple, okay, for example. I'm nowhere near this level, but I'm gonna have a good amount of money in this next system and I'm gonna be running Cmax. If I really thought that it was gonna be, you know, a danger, I wouldn't run it. Matthew Brown in Salt Shaker. You guys have seen that build. Crazy build, 16 15s. He's on a shitload of Cmax. Steve Duncan, Duncan's Astrovan with 12 15s. That's all Cmax. I just got back from the showdown. Just this last weekend. Almost all of the big builds there are all Cmax. Some of them run Skib, I believe, from Warpath Energy, which is also a great battery. I don't know that much about it, so I can't say. But I'm you know, if these big guys run it, it must be decent. But my point here is this, guys, that you need to run what's going to fit your budget and what you're most comfortable running. If you want good performance and you know how to hook your stuff up, or if you have somebody hooking it up correctly, and you don't want to spend a ton of money, Cmax is, in my opinion, is the way to go. If you want to spend a little bit more money and have a little bit of a safer cell but a little bit of less performance, I think Skib is very good. Yinlong is very good. But you know, you just got to run whatever you want to run. So that's it for this rant. The way that each chemistry all works different. Some chemistries you can run together. Cmax you cannot run with any other chemistry. It has to be Cmax. So you have to do a battery delete and a bunch of other stuff. The second half of this video is going to be me showing you how that works. In case anybody watching this is interested in doing Cmax, I'm going to show you, you know, what you need to do and how I have it set up in my Tahoe, and it's going to be pretty much similar to how I'm going to have it set up in the Suburban. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. I'm going to go to the gym. I will see you guys in my driveway after I'm done at the gym. See you. All right, guys, we're back home. We got the Suburban here, and then we got the Tahoe here. The Tahoe that is actually for sale. So sales plug, if you're interested. This is for sale. For sale with no equipment, just the enclosure and the car itself, console, door panels, all that stuff, whatever. Located in San Diego. If you're interested, hit me up on Facebook, Clay THF Adams. Anyways, now that we're back at the car, I want to show you guys how I have my setup with my wiring, with my batteries. So pop the hood here. All right, so you start looking around here. Looks kind of weird. This is for the beginner people. A lot of people already know what this is, but just to explain it. So these are obviously your alternators. This is obviously where you would have your stock battery, AGM, whatever it may be, Group 31, whatever. I obviously have a wood block here, which is what is called a battery delete. I did this because I run Cmax, which I'll show you in a second, which I just got done explaining. Cmax, you cannot link. Cmax cannot be linked with other chemistries. So you cannot have a stock battery connected with Cmax. Very bad things will happen. Some people, however, run separate charging systems. So in case you're confused and you see somebody running Cmax but they have a battery here, it's probably because one of their alternators is running the car itself and the other two are running the system. So they're on separate charging systems, which is doable. I didn't want to do that because I like everything working together, and I don't want to accidentally touch things down the road and have it fuck up because I fuck up. So that is why all of these three alternators run the truck and the system, and that's why I don't have a battery here. Now, like I said, this is just a wood block that's screwed together. So there's obviously nothing under this. However, these bars do have power and do have ground. So this is what makes your truck run. So some people may be confused and be like, okay, well, if the battery's gone, then how is the truck running? This wire here and this wire here are your stock two. If I had a stock battery here, this is all that would be on it. So because these are still getting power from these two, the truck is still able to run. These have power because they're getting power from these cords that are coming off your alternator. I hope that makes sense. Then these are now powers that run back and connect the alternators to the banks that are in the back. I have 3 powers and 3 grounds going from the alts straight back. I believe the rule is you want 1 power and 1 ground per alternator, which is why I have 3, but the more the merrier. On the Suburban, I plan on doing 2 powers and 2 grounds per. So I'll actually have 6 powers, 6 grounds, which is gonna get tight running all of it, but if it's gonna help my voltage, then so be it. But anyways, these 3 wires, along with, you know, 1 ground here, 1 ground here, and 1 on the bottom, you can see those all run from here all the way up under the car back to my Cmax. And to touch on the first part of this video, guys, do you really think that if this shit was dangerous and nobody should run it, that I would be running it on these expensive amps and no fuses? No, it's because if you hook up the stuff right, you're not going to have any problems. I have no fuses on my amps at all. These go directly from the bank into the amps, and it's fucking perfect. So anyways, that's a side note. But 3 of those powers that I showed you that are coming from up under the car come up and connect into my powers right here. So I have 1, 2, 3 banks of 90 amp hour Cmax, and that's pretty much how it works. You know, in terms of, I think that's pretty much it. Each bank of my Cmax has a balancer on it. So depending what type of chemistry you have, you want to buy the right balancer. Because I run Cmax, I run the balancer that has 5 wires coming off of it. Obviously 1 for each bar. This keeps all the cells balanced. This one is on the front. I have balancers on both of those 2. They're just on the back side. I like to have this one on the front so that I can make sure that the light is on. You can kind of see it behind that screw hole right there, a little yellow light. The camera's shitty. I'm thinking about getting a new camera, guys, and actually not just using my iPhone, but the iPhone's so useful. But anyways, guys, I hope this kind of helps you understand a better idea about how it all works and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, you got to choose what's best for you. You know, I went with Cmax because it's what the people that I was hanging out with told me to go with. And I'm happy I did it because I've not had a problem since. And you really just got to run whatever you want to run. And, you know, people talk shit about Cmax and all that stuff, but I mean, if the big dogs run it, there's a reason, right? If it was really that dangerous, they wouldn't run it. If there's other chemistries that were better, they would run it. And some of the big dogs do run other things, but a lot of them run Cmax, and it works really, really well. I charge at 15.8, and you know, I have enough alternators and power to keep me up there pretty much all the time. I plan on doing the exact same thing in the Suburban, just with more wire, which is part of the reason why it's taking a long time to build it, because the fucking wire is expensive and I got to save up for it. But yeah, guys, I hope that kind of explains everything a little bit better. And if you're a newbie to car audio, I hope that gives you some clarification on what to do. If you're kind of on the fence on whether you want to stick with AGM batteries or if you want to try lithium, I was kind of scared to try lithium because I didn't really know much about it, and I thought that it was kind of sketchy, but you will just get so much more performance out of it and just make sure you have somebody that knows what they're doing, hook it up and tell you about it. And, you know, make sure that you have somebody, if you're not doing it yourself. And if you are doing it yourself, make sure you do research and you know what you're doing, because, you know, it can be dangerous. All batteries can be dangerous. I mean, shit, if you hook anything up wrong, it's going to be dangerous. But anyways, guys, that's probably going to do it for this video. I hope that this has helped out. If there's any other, you know, newbies that have questions about stuff, and you're curious if I may have knowledge on it, I may or may not. I am not, just to preface, I am not an installer. I'm not a professional by any means. I'm not certified for whatever it is. But I am able to give you experience on what I have and what I do and what I know that other people do. So so hope that helps out. Let me know if there's any other questions you guys have, or topics you want me to talk about, because I'm on my lunch break and I enjoy coming out and just talking about bullshit on my lunch break. Gets my mind off of work. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Comment down below if this helped you out, or if there's anything else you want to hear about. See you guys.